There's nothing better than getting out there in the springtime and chasing turkeys around, and one of the tools that I love to utilize when I'm doing that is the ground blind. So today we're going to be talking about a specific blind that we picked up here recently, and kind of go through the pros and cons of it, and let you be the judge of it yourself. Then we'll also get it out during the turkey season and get some footage, and then we'll do a second video on other things that could be improved on or they just made perfect. So I'm excited to get this blind out and put it to the test this year. So the blind that I'm looking at here is the double bull. This is the surround view 360. Now, if none of you are familiar with this, Primos has picked up a patent on double bull, I believe. Either they're partnered up or they've totally bought them out. I don't know. It's been a few years since I've looked into Primos things, but so I'm excited to get this out. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do was go through this on the setup and everything, the teardown, because this blind is not like your regular $100 blinds that you pick up. Okay, this is a pretty pricey blind. All the double bulls, obviously, throughout the whole time that they've been in business, have had good quality stuff and limited lifetime warranty on this one in particular. And I'm sure a lot of their blinds have warranties. Particular blind retails around $480, $490. So we're almost hitting that $500 mark with this blind. But once I get this thing out and I show you what it's capable of, I think you'll understand, at least for guys that are out constantly hunting and need tools in their arsenal, whether that be traveling to other states or, you know, every day you're getting out there and beating trail. But this blind has some very special and unique features to it. So let's get started here. Okay, so start out, a lot of guys when this first came out were kind of complaining about the bag, and personally I will use the bag, but I think this year, being using it for with a pack, I'll probably just use some kind of strap system and just strap this thing up and just throw it in my pack and not really worry about the bag itself. But this bag is pretty nice. They have updated it. A lot of guys were complaining because there was no zipper on it, which is frustrating. So they've got a 3/4 zipper on this bag now, so it's very easy to get into. It also has the two shoulder straps, so you can carry this in like a backpack. You also have a pouch in here on the inside here that is velcroed, that will have your stakes. Okay, now these stakes are pretty heavy and well built, but that's probably a good thing. So we'll put those back in there. We're not going to utilize those today, but what we are going to use, or show you anyway, is the this bag also has a side pouch for your chair. So a lot of times you get those folding tri chairs, you can sit one of those right inside here, or put other game in or gear in there if you need to. So we'll set that aside. You're also going to get a blackout screen here, but I'll kind of fill you in on that, and you'll get the gist of that here in a little bit. A lot of the less expensive blinds and stuff out there are pretty easy to set up. Basically all you'll do is take it and unfold it and pop that top, and then you can pop out your sides. But with these double bulls, they have a very big hub system, as you can see here. Okay, so we have 5 hubs, 4 walls, and then your top, obviously. Okay, we're gonna kind of learn this together. From what I can tell, you just want to stretch out one of the sides here. Okay, and then give it a pop. Okay. Then you walk around, and I think the second thing you need to find is your top. So the top will be this orange hub here, and you pop that out. Okay. Then from there, we can just set up the other sides. So we'll set this up on the side that we popped. Pop out that side. Pop out that side. And pop out that side. So that's kind of the recommended version of what Primos kind of shows you as far as getting this blind set up. Now, when you tear it down, it's going to be kind of the opposite. Obviously, you're going to go a different route. All right, so one of the other things I would want to mention here is that a lot of the less expensive blinds and stuff you can get away with just taking out of the package and setting up and rocking with. They're a little bit more flexible that way. They're not quite as solid and sturdy as these double bowl blinds are, so they don't take as much getting broke in. However, these double bowls are very well made and do take a little bit of time to break in. So I would suggest taking your blind out of the package and just setting it up in your yard on a good nice sunny day to let this fabric stretch out and get broke in. Okay. Once you get this fabric to break in a little bit more and stretch, it's not going to be quite as tough to get this put back and set up. So just when you first get it, don't go out the first day and try to set this thing up, because you're going to fight it. It is very, very solid and very, very tight on the first initial setup. This is the Primos Surround 360 and from Double Bull. I really think that this blind is going to be a game changer, and I'll tell you why, and I'll show you why here in a second. But some of the things on the outside here that I really want to emphasize and show you. This blind here is the biggest of the. They have three different models of this lineup. This is the biggest of the three. Okay. Now this is not as big as my Cabela's one, but it does have stuff there that you will not find in another blind. So here on the one side you have three. You have well, it's on this side. I'm sorry. You have the three shooting holes here on the side, and then you come back over here. You also have one here by the door and one here. Now, Double Bull has always been known for their wide opening shooting area. Okay, so 360 degrees, they've always had pretty much that capability on a lot of their blinds with their raised, or you could open this up. Okay, you know, basically open up here all the way around, and you can shoot from any side. Once we get in there, we'll show you that too. But from the outside, this thing has a great camo pattern. You've got all of these strappings here on the sides and on the top to put brush. So if you had, you know, sticks or any kind of brush here, you have all these little places to put brush in your blind. Okay, so you got those all the way around the bottom and on top too, so you can actually use this to brush in the top You know, if you wanted to come down with the stuff, you could do that. So always nice to have those little tie-ins there for putting your camo in naturally. Really nice camo pattern. I think this is going to blend well. It has some green in it, but the majority of it is white and tan, which is going to give you that real deep camo pattern. I really like this pattern. It really is a deep 3D looking pattern. Now, a lot of blinds that I've seen in the past don't even come with any kind of tie down. You know, I've always had to put my own on there and my own system, but these here have tie down straps on them, kind of a webbing. They also have like a tent adjuster here that you can stake and adjust the tension on the side of this blind. Very cool, and will be very well utilized. Now let me take you inside and show you what makes this blind so special. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Some of you guys have already seen these videos on this blind, but some of you may not have. And I know for the first time that I ever saw these blinds, it kind of blew my mind. So, and ever since then I kind of wanted one, but I just could never really pull the trigger on it. And I decided this year that it was the benefits of having this blind were worth the price. So let me take you inside here. Okay, so here you have the outside, and it's basically just your average blind, right? Okay, you can see the sidewalls here. Now watch this. Go inside here. Boom. There you go. There's your 360. That's where that comes from. I can see 360 degrees inside this blind without being detected inside. A major game changer. Let me raise this up a little bit. So there you can see my truck over there, I'm sure. Maybe you can't yet. There's the truck. There's the door. So 360 degrees around this thing, I can see everything moving around me. But you can't see inside. Pretty awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the features in here inside this blind. Let's start with the door here. Now, I've heard a lot of guys kind of complain about the zippers on this blind, and really, in my opinion, this is not an issue. These zippers are no better or no worse than any of the other blinds out there. Actually, I think these zippers are a lot less noisy than some of your cheaper blinds. It's got that plastic coating on it, real thick and heavy, so it's a dampened zip. So I do not find this to be a problem. I know that they do have some new versions with a double door that actually buckles, and that is really nice. However, I just got the one with the zipper door. Now, on two of these sides, from that corner over to this corner, is that open door, or sliding door that I was telling you about. Okay, that Double Bull is well known for. So this whole side will open up. Okay, one of the things that they've got on here is a zipper system on the sides here, so you can zip that. You can fold it down. Okay. Get that out of the way if you need to. Say you need just a shot right here on the side that you're trying to get to. You can pull that down, and you can take that shot right there out that window. That's one of the benefits to this blind, is it's really functional as far as all the way around. We've got all of these windows here on the sides, these straight side-to-side windows, these side-to-side windows here are really, in my opinion, not functional unless they were brought up, okay? If you brought them up to almost standing height, then that would be something that you could utilize for a stand-up shot. But I would like to see that window a little bit taller, or put another long window right there, okay? Get rid of these side windows, because you are going to have a very hard time of shooting through here. And especially for people that haven't really shot through a blind, this could be a problem. You could shoot through the side of this thing, because all you got is just this little opening here once you slide this, and there's really no way to open this up and keep that piece of fabric up, besides just crunching it, okay, in there. And that is really not a shooting lane to me. That is a accident waiting to happen, because if you're sitting back here and you have a turkey right here 10 yards, you're going to end up blowing through the side of this thing, okay? With your sight being here and your arrow being here, that arrow a lot of times with close quarter shots will catch the bottom of this. Not only that, but you have these poles that are going to be in the way. In my opinion, this window right here is pretty much nil void. This would be a good camera window, basically, is all I'm going to use those for. I'm not planning on shooting out of those unless I absolutely don't have anything else. But I have shot through the side of blinds when I first started blind hunting, and something you don't want to do with a $500 blind. The windows here I like. Okay, some guys don't like it because they think it opens up too much and you can see too much through this window. And they might be right. I haven't had this out to hunt, but I cannot see this being an issue if you're sitting back. So the nice thing about this window is you can actually just unclip it very quietly, and a lot of the other ones have sliders on them, which is nice. I do like the sliding windows on some of those other blinds, but I really like how quiet and easy. If you take and just drop this like this, I really don't see it being an issue unless you have something real close and it's really quiet outside. So we have these windows here to shoot out of. And then I'll bring you over here. We've also got those on the other side here, but here's what Double Bull's widely known for, and that's their sliding system on their window, or their doors. You have two buckles, okay, that lock down. They're on a strap system right here. Okay, let me center this up a little bit. This is kind of a nice feature to the Double Bull blinds and what they're well known for. You can slide this on this, okay, and I can just open that up. And I can lock this down. Now I can use this for my shooting window. Okay, if that's all I need, which I think will more than likely be my go-to shooting lane. And then if I need to utilize the back side of this blind, I can shut this real quietly and just flip down one of my other windows here, hopefully to get a shot on something that's maybe coming in the back side and I can't get a shot from the front here. But you can move this all the way down, all the way around. So if I unzip this, I can take this up and have this whole thing open. Now, here again, I do not think that this option is a viable option with this particular blind, because it does let a lot of light in, and once you have light into this, it kind of defeats the purpose of the 360 view, okay? You're going to be able to be seen from other directions here with light coming in this big of area. unless you have the blackout. Okay, that's where this little piece of cloth comes in really handy. This is your blackout wall. This comes standard with them. You've got these little tabs on here that you can lace in to the little tie-ins on the top and the bottom. Okay, so I've got, basically, if I want to cover up one side, if I want to use this side here, I can put this wall on the back side. Now what that looks like here, I'll show you. Get one going here, and basically you'll just put all these in, all these little loops all the way around here. So if you're not comfortable with this being 360 degree view, you can put this up and have it blacked out on one side, which is going to make it a lot darker in here for you and help kind of conceal everything. But I really don't know if I'll be, utilizing this unless I have a lot of problems. Now, where I can see this blind not performing like it should is in big open areas, okay? Or if you have snow on the ground behind you, like I do here, that will show up and highlight you more in this blind than, say, if you were in a treed area or high grass or something like that, where everything is the same color. Okay, so if you have anything that's going to stand out, like behind me here, the snow, looking through this on the other side, I can see that snow and that white. So it's going to silhouette me inside here at some point. Something to keep in mind. If you have this grass and everything on and the tree line behind you, that's where this 360 is going to blend in, and you're not going to be able to see a lot of movement inside. But I did notice that I can see with that white, really bright white snow behind me. Something to keep in mind. So anyway, that is the blackout sheet here that can go up on any of the sides. So nice to have. The other thing that I will probably, the one thing that I will probably utilize this more for anything, or more than anything, is basically a ground tarp. And anybody that's hunted with me knows that I love to sleep when I'm turkey hunting. It's just, get out there in the morning, if things aren't kicking off, you get bored, I have a tendency to just lay down and go to sleep. So that's what is nice about this also, is you could actually lay this down as a ground tarp. We'll close this up again. Very simple. Once again, just lock that down. Pull this one up. Lock it in. There we go. And then we'll snug these sides down on top of each other. Zip our side in. As far as wind goes and rain, two topics that a lot of guys like to bring up on these videos on this particular blind. All I can say is common sense will dictate to me that you're going to get wind and you're going to get rain in this blind. Okay, you can't have micro holes in the side of a blind and not get some sort of wind or rain. But I think it is a small price to pay for the mobility and flexibility you have with this type of blind. Right now it is breezy outside. If I stick my hand out here, I can feel the breeze, okay? It's not blowing, but I don't know if you can see, but this little tab here is moving around. But I can't really feel it in here, okay? I can feel it out here outside the blind, but I can't feel anything inside here. So the top is a full solid, so you do have basically an umbrella over the top of you. If you have a driving 40-mile-an-hour rain or something like that, you're going to get wet in here. It's just the way it is. You're going to get wet. It will hold out moisture. Now, one of the things I've noticed a lot of guys complaining about, they can't see out of this stuff. And Primos has got a video out with Troy showing you how to get rid of that rain. And basically all he's doing is, it's just like a screen door, okay? So if you tap on this, you know, yeah, you're going to make a little bit of noise, but it's raining. There's going to be noise around you anyway. Just tap on this, and you'll knock a lot of that rain off as it's raining. And it'll build up again. It'll fill those holes in. It'll make a sheet. Just tap on it, and it'll get the rain off of it. The other thing that I really like with this blind is the tie downs, the stakes. So these are if you can see here on the bottom, and this is something that a lot of videos don't show too. On each corner you have these little plastic stakes, and you can stake these down. They also put them on the sides here, which is very handy. A lot of your, well, practically all the blinds that I've ever had that were cheaper do not have this. You have to, usually what I would do is pull down my side and actually stake right into this fabric. Just slam that stake into a hole right here to hold these sides down, because they just don't come with anything. This blind here, you have your tie downs or your stakeouts right here on the side. So you don't need to puncture a hole in the side of your blind or the bottom of your blind. You can use these tie downs to stake out. This double bull has really thought that through, and over the years has really made these blinds bomb proof. There again, I think it's just using this in certain situations. This is not going to be an all-around blind where you are using it 24/7 all the time. It's going to be for days like this where we have some cloud cover and we have a little bit of a breeze, but not bad. You know, I can feel it, but it's not overwhelming. Where this is really going to be nice is in the summer or in the early, you know, if it's hot out, you're going to get some breeze coming through here, hopefully, and it's really going to keep you cool in here. So if you look through the pros and cons of this blind, depending on what kind of person you are, you can always find a lot of issues with something, okay? But you can also find a lot of good in something like this, and I have chosen to find a lot of the good features in this blind and totally outweigh the bad ones, in my opinion. We're going to get out and put this blind to the test, and I think you're going to be able to see the pros to this blind. Not only that, but for a cameraman, somebody that films their own hunts, this is going to be awesome because of this right here. I don't really need, if the heat of the moment kicks in, I don't really need to move this camera to a window. I can film right where I sit. Now, am I going to get some weird reflection on my camera lens? Yeah. You're going to get a little bit of spottiness with this blind, but you can film through it. Now it's still hanging up on me. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to break this thing down. Basically, it's just the opposite how you set it up. However, there is a little bit of a difference. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to break down 3 sides and then your roof, okay? And then your next one will come down. So we'll go ahead and we'll pop these closed. 3 sides. Then your top. Okay, and then that's going to bring you down to your last wall here. And what you want to do there is lift up right here in the center and then pop this. And it will fold right up for you. Nice and easy. If you try to do that any other way, you're gonna fight it and you're gonna struggle with it. So if it does bind up on you, just get it put back up and redo the process. It'll eventually come down for you. All right, well, hopefully you have enjoyed this video and it's been educational for you on this particular blind. I know there's a lot of videos out there on this blind already, but I think a lot of those came out when this first hit the market, and I think that they've made quite a few adjustments to this blind since then. So really anxious to get this out, and like I said, we're going to make another video. This is just not going to be right out of the box kind of review. I'm going to put this thing to the test here in about a month or less than a month, so you're going to see firsthand how this thing operates and handles certain situations in the turkey woods especially. The other thing that's I'm really anxious to use this blind for is antelope hunting. I think this is going to be a game changer in antelope hunting. It's going to give you that added visual, so you can see things coming in from the sides that you normally wouldn't see with a regular blind, being all solid fabric. So really excited to get on a water hole with this thing and see how it performs with antelope and deer and things like that. That's going to do it for us today, and I want to thank you again for watching Public Eye Outdoors. Stay safe out there in your hunts, everybody, and we will catch you on the next video.